Hey folks, it's Dave here, setting up Studio C for some baseball tonight. And yeah, so what I got going on here is some all-star lineup baseball. I got it all set up. I've been playing a little bit here, so I want to play maybe an inning or so to show you how the basic game plays, or at least how I interpreted the basic game to be played. So I got a game right now between the 1978 Pirates and Bert Blyleven's on the mound, and against the 1978 Philadelphia Phillies with Jim Longborg on the mound. And so right now I'm in the top of the third. I get one out, so the pitcher batter just hit, so there's a card for the pitcher actually, who's not the actual pitcher but just a standard pitcher card. So he's out. We're in the top of the third. You can see that over here. I get one away. Here's my man at the plate, and Bake McBride is coming up against Blyleven. I got a scoreboard here. I'm going to need a little bit bigger one, I think, but you might get the idea right now. So it's no score. We got one hit in the game, and that was by the Pirates. So let's roll here and show you how this plays out. So first things first, you got all your dice here. So the key dice are the red 6 and the black 8-sided dice. So that's your pitcher versus batter matchup. This 20-sided dice is what you're going to read off the winning card. And then from there, you'll either need to roll this again for a location, or you'll need to roll this for a location. So let's start off with rolling these threes right now. So it's Bake McBride for Philadelphia against Bert Blyleven. We're in the top of the third inning, no score here in Pittsburgh. Okay, so as you can see, if you can see that, that's a 2 and a 1. Now this is basic mode. In advanced mode, you factor in all the colors that you see, but in basic mode, this is just pretty basic, and that's what I'm learning right now. So the red beat the black, so the Bake McBride did, quote, defeat the pitcher on this, and now we read his card. So it's a 9. So Bake McBride 1 to 11, that's a single. Okay, so we put him on first here, we put him on first here, and now Larry Boa comes up to the plate. So that's kind of how basic works. It's just a straight roll, pitcher versus batter. The pitcher has an 8-sided dice, so there's an advantage for the pitcher. In the advanced game, which I'll get to at some point, you factor in the lefty-righty matchups and some of the colors and the whole bit. But for right now, we're just going to play some basics. So we get Bake McBride single. Oh, and if I want to see where he singled, I can do this here, and he singled that number 1. Let's say he singled that right up the middle, okay, right by the pitcher. Okay, so if you wanted to score that, you could roll the dice as well. All right, so Bake McBride with a single up the middle, and so now we got Larry Boa coming up to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the third. And this is another win, so that is a 6 for the batter and a 4. So Larry Boa wins this one, and a 15 is a double. So Larry Boa hits a double. Now on my cheat sheet over here, okay, so I have my little cheat sheet. On double, I need to see where it went. Okay, so I'm going to roll this, and it's a 1. So on a double, it goes to left field. So I hit it to left field, and if I wanted to try to score from first base, I could, but if I want to roll this, but I'm thinking on a single to left, he's not going to score. So I'm going to go with my common sense on this one, and I'm going to put Bake McBride on third and Larry Boa on second. I'm going to give him a hit. Okay. Oh, actually, there was 2 hits because Bake McBride singled up the middle too, so I got to add a second hit. So I'm just using my little scoreboard here. Okay, so Larry Boa got a double, right? So Larry Boa's on second. Bake McBride's on third. Gary Maddox coming up. And there's still 1 away for the Phillies. Okay, so I think that's how it's done. That should be correct. So I held the runner at third. There was no sense going home on a play. And I guess it could, if it could have went in the corner, if I wanted to roll this here on a fast runner, which I think green might make him a fast runner. I'm not sure. But I'm going to hold him at third. Okay, I'm just playing some basic here. So I'm going to hold Bake McBride at third base right now. So I'm going to roll the dice here. A fast runner could score. So I guess I could roll here to see if he would score over here on the chart, 1 to 3. In fact, look, why don't I do that? A fast runner could score from first on a double. Use the same D6 for single to C, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to try it. We're going to go by the rules on my cheat sheet here. So Bo at doubles, Bake McBride is at third. A 1 to 3 is held, and a 4 to 6 they wave him in. And, well, okay, good. So 4 to 6 he actually scored on the play. Okay, so Bake McBride comes around the score. So we're going to put 1 up on the board. And there we go. So, yeah, so the Phillies now, I'm pretty sure that's how you read that. Fast runner could score from first on a double. And again, I could check to see in the advanced rules if he's a fast runner, but I just rolled that. So we'll just go with that. So I was going to originally hold him, but I figured we'll roll the dice and see what the dice say. Okay, so the Phillies are up 1 to 0 here. Again, this is the first game I've ever played, so I'm really slow at it. Okay, so Gary Maddox comes up, still 1 away here in the top of the third. Now it's 1-0 for the Phillies, so it's Maddox against Blyleven. And this is another batter win. It's 2 red versus 1 black. So Maddox with a 17 is 16 to 20 is a walk. So Maddox goes to first base on the walk. So things aren't looking good here for the Pirates, although they had bases loaded in the last inning and they got out of it somehow. I should have filmed that one. That would have been fun. Okay, so Greg Luzinski comes up to the plate. Oh, by the way, I have my own pegs here. They give you these little markers to use, but I prefer these so I can just grab them. It's just easy to grab these than it is to try to pick up a coin type of thing. These are fine actually, but because they got the numbers on it, but I would rather use these. And I get the different colors for the different teams obviously as well. So here we go. So this is Greg Luzinski coming up to the plate now. He's got 2 on and 1 out. And we roll, and he wins too. He's got a 5, a 3, so we go to the card here, 5, and that is a single for Luzinski. So on a single, we're going to check, let me see. We're going to see where the first where the ball went to. All right, so we need to roll our dice for outfield. Okay, on a single. So they might be able to take 2 bases on a single to right field. Roll the. So we got to figure out where it went to. So we got to figure out where that single went to. So that's at 18. So it did go to right field. Okay, so Luzinski slapped that in the right field. Now we roll this to see how many bases everybody gets, because we have people on base. So that's a 3. So it's just the 1 base. So Luzinski slaps a single to right field, and now the bases are loaded because everybody just got the 1 base right here. Okay, so I think that's how we did that. So now we got Luzinski on first, Maddox on second, and Larry Boa goes to third. Boy, you guys are seeing everything here. We're getting all the pieces on the table here. So now Blyleven's in some trouble here with 1 away. 1 away. We got the bases loaded here. And so now we're going to roll again. So Blyleven trying to get out of this jam. Oh, and I need to add a hit on here as well. Okay. So it's a 6-2. It's another win. Holy cow, Blyleven's pitching terrible. So batter wins. It's a 7, and Hebner with a single. So where does that single go? That single goes to right field. So Hebner singles to right field. So Boa's going to score for sure. So Boa scores. It's a second run in. So Hebner signals. So Hebner goes to first. Luzinski and Maddox. Now, do I see if another runner comes in? So I want to see, I got to roll the white one here to see how many bases they get. And just the 1 base. Okay, so everybody moves up 1, if I did that correctly. Again, this is my first playthrough. I'm just kind of playing it out right now. I'm learning it. This is not meant as an instructional. This is just me playing the game and trying to figing it out, giving you an idea how to play some all-star lineup baseball. So 1 to 3 is one base, so it's a single to right. Everybody goes up one base, and that's it. So now Mike Schmidt comes up with the bases still loaded, and we got 2 runs across. So let me get all my dice over here now. So Bert Blyleven is having a tough go here in the 3rd inning against the Phillies. He's lost 3 matchups in a row. So this is a 7-2. Pull that out. So the pitcher wins this one, and a 5 is a strikeout. Okay, so finally we get the 2nd out of the inning as Schmidt strikes out, and now it goes over to Bob Boone. Bob Boone facing Blyleven with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And this is a pitcher wins this one with a 16, and that's a fly out. And there's not going to be any tag because there's 2 outs, and that's a fly ball to 11 is the left fielder. And so the left fielder today, I believe, would be, I haven't set my lineups exactly yet. I'm just laying them out here. So I think it was Bill Robinson is our left fielder today. So he flies out. That ends the side. But they pick up a couple of runs. So Boone flies out. So the next guy to come up would be Ted Sizemore. I'm going to clear the bases. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. And so now the Phillies lead this one 2-0. That was a big inning for the Phillies, loading the bases and cracking a couple guys around. So starting to get in the groove here a little bit, especially with moving runners around the bases. That's what I'm still getting used to. Okay, so now it's going to be Dale Berra coming to the plate against Jim Lomborg. And 7-1, that's an easy win for the pitcher. A 10 is a ground ball. And the ground ball is a 6, so ground ball to shortstop, and we got 1 away. Ground ball to short, 1 away. And shortstop, I think that's going to be, is that Schmidt? Or Larry Bowe. Larry Bowe is the shortstop. I didn't really set up my lineups and create a scorecard yet. I'm just kind of playing to feel it out, as you can see. So we got 1 away. Oh, and it's the Pirates batting. So let me get my dice and roll here to see how Ed Ott does. Ed Ott, one of the shortest names in baseball. And that's pitcher wins 7-3, so Longboard wins that. A 12 is another ground ball, and a 3 is first baseman. So the first baseman, I think that's Hebner down at first base. So Ed Ott grounds out and is 2 away here for the Pirates in the bottom of the 3rd. Coming up to bat is the pitcher card. So it's kind of a generic pitcher card. It's what they use. So let's see what the generic pitcher card does. And the pitcher actually gets a hit, 2-1, and a 15 is a sacrifice bunt. And I believe, if I read this correctly, now hang on 1 second here. I just want to double check my rules here. The sacrifice bunt. Okay. Bunter bunts the ball and is out of first base. Runners advance. There is no possible double play. If there are no runners on base, then play as if a bunt, hit, or the outcome. So that's a little nubber by Blyleven, and he is safe at first base. So with 2 away, Blyleven, the pitcher, gets on base for the Pirates, and Frank Tavares comes up to the plate. So we got 2 outs now, and on a sack bunt is actually a little nubber, and so they're going to give him a hit on the play. So now Frank Tavares coming up with 2 away, and he got a 3-1, so he wins it, and a 13, and that's a double. So I need to put the pitcher. So Blyleven's at first base, and we got a double. Okay, so now, so that would put the pitcher at third base. We got to see where, we want to see where the ball went. And it goes to left field. Okay, so now a fast runner could score. So let's see. We're going to roll the dice again to see if the pitcher scores on this double by Frank Tavares. So 1-3 he's held, and 4-6 he scores. And he scores, so they're going to send the pitcher around, and Blyleven, who got that little bunt nub single with 2 outs, comes around to score, and it's 2-1. I believe I'm doing this correctly. Again, this is not meant to be any kind of tutorial. This is just me playing the game, and I'm sure that if I'm playing it the wrong way, that someone will jump in. If I am playing it wrong, leave me a comment. A nice comment, though. Just a nice comment. Doesn't need to be mean. Just say, hey, this is what this should be. If I'm playing this the wrong way, but I'm trying to go by the basic instructions, which are fairly simple. Okay, so Tavares now doubles home the pitcher. So with 2 outs, Tavares is at second base, and Omar Moreno comes up to hit with 2 outs for the Pirates in the bottom of the third. And he fails. It's the pitcher with a 3, and that is a strikeout. And Omar Moreno strikes out, and that ends the side. So I think I got to add another hit for that one too. So I got to add a hit, and then we'll change the innings. Okay, so now we go to the top of the fourth, and it's the Phillies leading now 2-1, and it's going to be Ted Sizemore at the plate as he goes up against Blyleven, who did get out of a jam last inning. Okay, see if I can pick up the pace a little bit for you. 4-6. That's a win by the pitcher in the 12. Ground ball to first base, and Sizemore is out. So we got 1 away. Coming up is the pitcher now, so Jim Longborg will come in and see if he can help his own cause. Longborg, the pitcher. And that's a 6 and an 8, no, and a 12. So we read off of this card here, a 12. That is a ground ball, and that is nubbed in front of the plate, scooped up by the catcher, throws to first, and Longborg is out, and is 2 away here in the fourth. Okay, coming up now, Bake McBride. And I'm not keeping stats, so I'm not sure what everybody did earlier in the game. If I were doing an actual game, I would. But Bake McBride coming up, 2 on, nobody out here for the Phillies. And a 6 and a 3, so he wins it. So we read from his card, and that's an 11, and that's going to be a single. So Bake McBride knocks one, and let's see where that went. A 12, so that's in the left field. So Bake McBride with a single. Give that another hit. That's 4 hits for the Phillies in this one. And Larry Boa comes up with Bake McBride on first base with 2 away here in the fourth. Blyleven deals. And that's going to be a ground ball. Ground ball right in front of the mound, scooped up and thrown to first because there's 2 outs. We don't have to do a double play check. And that will end the side. So if I read that right, that was a ground ball to the catcher. He throws to first, he gets the man out, and that retires the Phillies here in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth now. 2-1 Phillies. This is actually kind of fun. I'm hoping to pick up the pace a little bit here too. Alrighty, so 2-1. The pitcher wins that. An 18 is a flyout. And it's flyout to 12 is the left fielder. And so Dave Parker flies out and is 1 away for the Pirates here in the fourth. And this is now Bill Robinson, danger. Bill Robinson comes to the plate against Longborg. Now, by rule, my rule is if all the dice have to stay in the tray, if one hops out, we roll them all. That's my house rule here in Studio C. So 5-3. So we're going to read off the batter's card, and that is an 8 on the green. So an 8 is a double. That is a double. Let's see where it went, and that is a double to left field. And so Bill Robinson goes on a second. I love these things, by the way. These little chips here, the bases, I love that. It just shows you don't have to guess. It just shows you. And I like having all the cards on the table, too. This is really fun. All right, so I hit. So that's a hit by Bill Robinson. And Willie Stargell coming up. Willie Stargell coming to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Now, I could do some stealing here, but I'm not going to steal third. It's actually a 50-50 roll for stealing, which I don't think is really realistic for third base. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about stealing third base as far as that goes. I really don't want to do a 50-50 split on that. What I might do is look at the advanced stealing chart and go with that at some point. But for right now, I'm not going to have him steal third base, or not even going to try it. So Willie Stargell's up. one away. And that's going to be won by Longborg. And a 3 is a strikeout. And so now we got 2 down. And it's going to be Phil Garner coming up. Funny thing about this card tonight, so this was the PDF I printed out myself here at the house. I got the 78 season and printed that out. I couldn't find Phil Garner anywhere. I looked and I was like, man, where is he? And I went back, I looked at the PDF. He's on the PDF right next to Willie Stargell. I'm like, where is he? I cut all the cards. I can't find him. I thought maybe I dropped him or whatever. He was stuck under somebody else's card. I looked for 20 minutes. I couldn't find Phil Garner, and he was underneath someone else's card. That's how it goes. So Phil Garner up against Longborg here. And it's a 5-3, so Garner wins that one. A 5 is a single. So we want to see how many bases they're going to get. We're going to see where it went. So let's do this. So Garner won a single. Let's see where it went and how many bases. So 2, so that, oh boy. So that's in the infield. And 1 base, good. So that would mean that there was nothing crazy happened. So Robinson goes to third. Phil Garner goes to first on the play. So I think I did that correctly. So that was a single. I roll this to see where it went. And it was in front of the plate, so that means there was some kind of an infield single going on. And so on this, I probably shouldn't even advance. So I guess the common sense rule, that's going to be another topic for Digital to Dice. Digital to Dice is common sense versus actual rules. You can't account for everything. In fact, what's really great about this in here, one of the last things that Craig writes in the book, in the rules, feel free to make adjustments as you like, it's not everything is, you can't cover everything, pretty much is what he said. And I like that. So if that's a single and I roll it's a 2 to the catcher, chances are this guy's not going to round third and score. Something really bizarre would have to happen. So we got runners at the corners here. Dale Berra coming up. So a great chance for Pittsburgh to tie the game here with a runner at third base. So Dale Berra facing off against Jim Longborg. And that's a tie. Oh, good. So we get to show you the wild card now. So on a tie, a 4-4 tie, again, this is just in basic. So we're not factoring lefty-righty. We're not factoring colors. It's just a straight dice roll. We take the wild card on the tie. Let's see what the wild card said. Bench clearing brawl, and the pitcher is ejected from the game. So, wow. So Longborg is out of the game for Philadelphia. So we need to bring in, how about this guy? We're going to bring in Tug McGraw. So Tug McGraw comes in. With runners at the corners, Dale Berra still at the plate, so something incredibly bad happened. And maybe he threw at the batter, threw it behind him or something like that. So we had a bench clearing brawl. Everyone's all settled down now. We're going to just clean up everything here. Everything looks good. We're all fine. So here we are, bench clearing brawl. Dale Berra back at the plate with 2 on and 2 outs. And the pitcher wins this one. McGraw wins this one at 15. That's a fly ball into right field. And that'll retire the side. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th right now. We're going to clear the bases. Great chance for the Pirates, but they had a bench clearing brawl. And, well, that may have cost them some momentum. So Gary Maddox up against Blyleven now. Nobody out here. Oh, I got to move this too. I haven't been moving this at all. I've been using my digital scoreboard. So this is the top of the 5th. Okay, if you're keeping score at home, top of the 5th. And let's see, 6-2. That's a batter win. So Maddox wins this one here. 11 is a single. Let's see where it goes. 14 is so single to center. So Gary Maddox puts himself on base. Another hit. That's 5 hits now for the Phillies. I'm going to try to get a bigger one of these. I think I already said that, though. So Greg Luzinski coming up to the plate, and I'm going to try to have Maddox steal. Okay, so a steal is just a 1 to 6, 1 to 3 is safe, 4 to 6 is out. So Maddox takes off. And he is gunned down. So Maddox is gunned down trying to steal. And that is out number 1 here in the inning. So Luzinski up now with the bases empty. And that is a tie. So we go to the wild card again. And pick off, lead runner out. So there's really nothing. Let me flip another one there because that really doesn't make any sense. Okay. Error. Runners advance 1 base. So Luzinski goes to first base on the error. I guess we could roll to see who the error was on. And that's on the pitcher. So looked like it was nubbed back to the mound. And with the error by the Pirates, Luzinski's going to go to first base. So Greg Luzinski at first. Richie Hebner coming up with 1 away. And this is a win by the pitcher. It's a 12. It's a ground ball. Okay, so let's see where the ground ball went. The ground ball went to shortstop. Ground ball to shortstop. Okay, on a ground ball, now we see, so the lead runner is out, and we're going to see if it's a double play. And a double play is the 1 to 3 again. So it's a ground ball to short, and a 3 is safe. So they just get the lead runner. So Luzinski is out. Hebner goes there on a fielder's choice, and there's 2 away, if I did that correctly. So a ground ball, you check for the double play. It's on basic, it's just a 50-50 roll. So they couldn't turn the 2, so it gives hope to the Phillies here. Mike Schmidt coming up now with Hebner on first base. Bert Blyleven still in the game here. 2 away in the 5th. And that's a win for the pitcher by Blyleven. The 3 is a strikeout, and that will retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Bob Boone will be hitting first next inning. Clear the bases. And it's now the Pirates' turn to bat. And it's going to be Ed Ott. So it's going to be the 8 and 9 for the Pirates. Nobody on base. Nobody out. 3 to 6. So that is a win by McGraw, the pitcher, and that's a line drive. And that was foul tipped into the catcher's glove if you want to score that one. And is 1 away. So now it's going to be Bert Blyleven coming. Remember, Bert Blyleven, he got an infield single earlier in the game and then was scored on a double. And that's the only run for the Pirates. So Bert Blyleven, the pitcher, scored in this game. Up, house rules. Got to roll them all again. And that's a 6-2. Blyleven getting it done. So the pitcher actually wins this matchup with a 9, and that's a single. Holy smokes. So Bert Blyleven has been having a career day at the plate. So with 1 away, he gets a hit. And so now it's going to be the top of the order. Frank Tavares coming up. And he defeats the pitcher, and a 15 is another double. Wow. Okay, so the double, let's see where the double went to. Oh, actually no, I gotta use the other dice. I'm sorry. So the double went to right field, and now we're gonna see if this guy is gonna score. A 5, and he scores again. So this is the same thing that happened last time. So Tavares doubles, the pitcher scores, and the game is tied at 2-2. So that's exactly what happened last inning. That was kind of neat. Whereas the pitcher got on base, and Frank Tavares doubles and drives him home. So this game is tied at 2-2 here in the 5th, if I read that correctly. And again, advanced play, you would probably factor in some speed and stuff, so I think you would not get in on that. But I'm just playing basic right now, and this is kind of fun. So we'll finish out the inning, and we'll wrap up the video. So Omar Moreno comes up with Tavares on second base. And that's a tie, 2-2. So we're going to flip the wild card. Rain delay. So the rain comes on. So we've had a bench clearing brawl. We've had some rain here today. So the next pitcher roll is -1. All right. So the rain, the top has been taken off the field. So we need to subtract 1 for the pitcher's roll. Here's McGraw comes out, a little stiff right now. So it ain't gonna matter. We subtract 1 to make it 6-1. McGraw still wins that. That's 12. That's a ground ball. Ground ball to 4. Ground ball to second base. So on the ground ball, yeah, Tavares will go to third because it was hit to the second baseman. And now we got 2 outs. So Dave Parker comes up right now. So the Pirates have tied it here in the 5th. And now Parker's going to try to park one here with Frank Tavares sitting on third base. So Parker coming up. And no, that's one by McGraw. 17 is a high fly ball. And that's going to be second base. So that ends the inning. So we go to the 6th. So Robinson will come up to the plate. We take away the outs. Take away everybody's numbers here. And that's that. So yeah, that's a little look here. And Longborg was kicked out of the game after the fight, so he's off to the side. So McGraw come in to pitch. So yeah, so I might finish this one out, see what the final score is going to be. I'll report back to everybody. But yeah, that's a look at All-Star Baseball. I got it kind of all decked out here in Studio C, looking good. But the mat, I love the mat. I love the fact you can have the cards here and the whole bit, and it really gives you a little bit of you can spread out here in the map, and the mat rather. It looks really good. So I would go to the top of the 6th, and I'm ready to roll. So anyways, this is Dave from Studio C. Again, a live look in here at All-Star Lineup Baseball. I hope you like the video. Hope you like the game. Check it out. You got to go over to Barstool Games is where you want to go. Barstool Games. I think it's barstoolgames.net. Barstoolgames.net, and check out this game. They have all kinds of seasons, and you can get the PDFs for, I don't know, $10 to $15 if you want to get the PDFs and print them out. Otherwise, they send you the card stock of the season of your choice. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.